and they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
If you've ever attended the races at Churchill Downs, you've most likely heard the voice of Travis Stone.
Whenever there's a race at Churchill Downs, someone has to tell everybody what's going on. That's what I do. So I'm the announcer, and throughout the race I describe and try and tell a story about how the race is developing, what horses where, what they're doing, where they're going, and hopefully get it right and accurate and be entertaining at the same time.
Travis has been announcing races at Churchill since 2015, yet his time in the industry goes back to his childhood when he would attend the races with his family in New York.
I grew up in upstate New York, north of a racetrack called Saratoga, which everybody knows about Churchill. Most everybody knows about Saratoga. It's a pretty big meet. And my parents would take us down there quite a bit, in particular my dad. And I would call races as a kid when I came home just to have fun from the day. And at some point I realized that the race calling aspect was sort of captivating to me.
Calling races with upwards of 20 horses participating can be one of the toughest jobs in announcing. With this, Travis spends extra time using multiple different techniques to memorize which horse is which.
I do a little bit of prep work in the morning or sometimes the night before. I'll just look at what we call the past performances, the program of who's in the race, and get an idea of what to expect. The real work begins when they come on the track. I will color the silks the jockey is wearing and attempt to memorize the name of the horse to the jockey's silks. And then that way when I'm calling the race, I'm looking at my binoculars. I don't have to think about or sort of ponder. It's right there. So that's a big part of it. I do a lot of work in terms of watching past races, taking notes on what I liked or didn't like that I said, where I could make some improvements. I read a lot of books on broadcasting, sort of public speaking, storytelling, drama, just to try and stay interesting. But the real work is 10 minutes before the race, memorizing those silks.
While Derby can be a tough and stressful time for Travis, he still remembers all the memories he's made calling the big race.
I'd never been to the Derby in my entire life, and then I got this job in 2015 and had to roll into Louisville, Kentucky a couple weeks before the meet started and call the race. So anybody that goes to Churchill Derby Week knows that it's not typical. There's new parking, new places to go, protocol, security, whatever. So it's pretty stressful. And then, you have to call the Derby. So the first Derby will always be memorable. A lot of the Derbies are. When Justify won, it was absolutely pouring, just a miserable day. It was like foggy, misty, dark, and dank. And some of the silks were just impossible to see. Green became black and things like that. So that was a day that I was just proud to get through and happy to get through.
While his job may not allow him to have a favorite in the race, Travis still has big hopes for himself, the horses, and everyone involved in the Derby.
I hope to survive. I think as an announcer, I work on it every year, so I'm always taking notes, but I take a bunch of notes after last year's Derby of like things I said that I didn't like and areas that I could improve. So this year, I'm hoping to have a better voice come Derby week. So last couple of years, it's gotten tired. There's a lot of speaking Derby week, and I haven't called a race since November, so my voice is just rusty. So I'm trying to work that rust off earlier. So I'm hoping to get through the week with a good voice, start to finish. That's one thing. Hope for a safe, fun race. You want to see everybody get a fair shot at winning. And I don't have a particular horse I'm rooting for this year because as an announcer, you want to be impartial and unbiased. So I just hope for another good one. And I also hope there's going to be no 85-1 long shot sneaking up the rail late in the race, surprising everybody and giving me what I thought was my first stroke. So hopefully to avoid that.
Lead, final try from Good Magic. All rise for Justify. The Kentucky Derby was never in doubt.
Nice, great call.